It's official. Everyone hates cable TV providers. According to a study by the highly regarded Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan, Comcast and Time Warner Cable are the two most hated companies in America, by a long shot. And that's no wonder when you hear the horror stories their former customers are only too willing to tell. Like the one from a woman I'll call Sharon to protect her true identity. Sharon's husband died. Since he was the one who watched TV the most, she called Comcast to cancel the service. While on the call, she told them that her husband had passed away and that she wished to cancel. But the rep on the other end said there was a problem. Her dead husband's name was on the account, and only the account holder could cancel. She politely replied that he had died. Again, the rep repeated that only her husband could close the account. Sadly, this went on for over 5 minutes before Sharon hung up. The next day, she tried again, only to get the same answer. When she finally got to a supervisor, he told her to take her husband's death certificate to the Comcast office in the next city over, where, mercifully, she was finally able to cancel. Her thoughts on the whole situation? I never used Comcast again. I could go on with more stories, like the one that led to this headline from CNN. Comcast changes customer's name to a-hole on bill. But there's no need. If you've ever dealt with a cable or satellite TV provider, you already know what I'm talking about. From absurd 4-hour windows for installation to having to navigate a labyrinth of voicemail hell to get anything handled, these so-called providers have become the most hated companies in the country. To make matters worse, their subscription fees have doubled over the last decade, going up 4 times more than the rate of inflation. And their customers have fled in droves. But here's the thing. These folks didn't pack up their cable boxes, sell their TVs, and resign themselves to a life of book reading. Quite the opposite. They joined an exploding legion of people who cut ties with traditional providers and are now getting their entertainment over the internet. Over 7 million people have made the switch, with 1.4 million jumping ship in the last 12 months alone. But that's just the beginning. CNBC recently reported that another 5.6 million households are primed to be among the next wave of cord cutters. Just months ago, research firm MoffettNathanson said this about cord cutters. A year from now, the fourth quarter may well be viewed as the calm before the storm. Turns out they were wrong, because here's what they're saying today. Cord cutting has finally accelerated. It's not too early for cable to get worried. Bottom line, this market is red hot right now, today. And the companies in it are making early investors fortunes. Take Netflix, for example. Nearly everyone's heard about it. But do you know how much money some shareholders are sitting on? Here, let me show you. Netflix shares catapulted 934% in the past 30 months. That's right, the online movie and now TV show network has turned every $5,000 invested into a staggering $51,714. But it's far from the only enormous winner. Rovi, the company that provides the interactive program guides to help users find the shows or movies they're looking for, tacked on an impressive 459% in a shade over 2 years. And these companies aren't just flashes in the pan, they have a proven staying power too. If you invested $5,000 in the gaming company Activision in 2002, you'd be sitting on over $59,478 today. Most importantly, this market is so lucrative and loaded with so much potential that even its service providers are making devastatingly large returns. Like Rackspace, for example. A $5,000 bet on this cloud computing provider would have paid off to the tune of $85,238 in only a few years. And the good news is, I've found the next big winner in the digital entertainment market. It's a tiny $3 outfit that's poised to hand investors gains of 778% or more by providing the one crucial element that every company needs to blast programming over the internet. And the gains could start rolling in as early as tomorrow. I've prepared a special report called Make 8 Times Your Money from the Death of Cable. Inside, I'll give you all the essential details on this tiny company so you can add it to your portfolio right away. I'll show you how to get a free copy in just a minute. First, let me show you why 778% gains could be just the tip of the iceberg.